what the hell has happened. In fact, I do know what's happened. This has happened. This has happened. So I had to wear an actual face mask on the flight from London to Johannesburg, which is where I am right now. Johannesburg is one of those places where there is lots and lots and lots of safaris around, and you know I will be doing one. I think we're doing one tomorrow, but I'll go into that in a second before I go on another tangent, as I always do. But yeah, face masks. I had to wear one on the flight over, and I haven't had to wear one for a very long time because slowly each country has kind of followed each other. More countries are becoming more confident with the no mask situation on flights, but it's very country dependent. South Africa isn't quite confident yet, so we have to wear it on the flight out, but we don't have to wear it on the flight home. But this is the result of wearing a face mask, and this and this. Really hope they don't have any more friends come along, because this is enough. This is way too much. I can't cope. My skin has been so good for a long time. I've had a few scars from some of my previous acne phases. I did land into Johannesburg this morning, so I am aware that it's not that quick for spots to appear after wearing a face mask that soon. But I did do New York last week, and we had to wear the face masks in the airport. And I didn't realise that. It was literally for like half an hour, 40 minutes. So as soon as we stepped off the plane, mask on. As soon as we got to the hotel, mask off. It was very odd. But I had a full face of makeup on then. And just that short period of time has caused this. So the reason I'm in bed in my pyjamas is because I just had a good 2.5 hour nap, I think. I really needed it because it was a night flight over. And I was on first break today. So I had my break closer to takeoff than I did for landing. And I've been waiting around a long time to go to sleep. So I had a real good nap, and I think we're gonna go for some dinner later. And of course, when you're in South Africa, there is nothing better than a good South African steak. Best £8 I have ever spent on a skirt. I mean, it's kind of perfect really for Johannesburg, isn't it, with the zebra theme. Should we go devour a steak? I think that is a great idea. No. It wasn't too bad. I think it's because you see everyone like gag.
Yeah.
I was like expecting to do that, but no, it was okay. I'm very sorry that I didn't like face-to-face vlog yesterday. I mean, you can see why I didn't, because I was so invested in yesterday's excursion, which was one of my bucket list things that I have always wanted to do. And I was a bit worried that I wasn't going to be able to do it on this trip. And it's one of those where I treat this as this is going to be the only Johannesburg that I will ever do, which it probably won't be, but you've got to treat it like that sometimes, because you may never come back to these places, and if you don't do the things you want to do, you'll be gutted. So I treated it as that, and I was worried that I was going to be the only one to want to do a safari, because other people have been before and they didn't want to do it, but there was one other person that came with me that hasn't been before and wanted to do it. So we did it together, and it was so much fun. So I'll go into it exactly what we did, so you guys can, I guess, know exactly what we did, who we did it with, and yeah, you can kind of do it yourself if you ever come to Johannesburg. As well as I know a lot of crew watch my vlogs, so it'd be good for you guys who are crew to know these things, so you can get in touch with the people I got in touch with to do the same things as me if you're interested. So basically, I am a big no against zoos. Like, I have been for pretty much my whole life. I'm a massive animal lover, and I don't like the fact that animals are so enclosed in zoos. They're obviously not happy. Why would you be happy being stuck in a cage? They want to be out in their own place, doing their own thing, doing what they want to do, not what they're being forced to do. Whereas I always want to see animals in the places they belong, in the wild, and yeah, doing the things they want to do and doing their own thing. So when I came here, it was one thing that I massively wanted to do. So basically what we did yesterday is, the first thing we did is we went to a place called Glen Affric. I'll pop a little logo and little link to their website on the screen so you can go and see it. So basically we went there to purely only see the elephants. So you can do a little excursion with them. I think it was 1,000 rand, which is about £50. So you can go there and you can get up close to the elephants that you saw. You can feed them. I fed them out my mouth, and that was very uncomfortable. Got like a full whiff of the elephant's breath, but it was a very cool experience. But yeah, they get you really up close and personal with the elephants, telling you all about them, how old they are, how long they've been with Glen Affric. They do have other animals, and they do overnight stays as well. They do loads and loads there. So it's not just the elephants that they have, but that's all we wanted to do there, because we wanted to go to another place to see more animals. So that was 10 out of 10. Would definitely recommend going there. It was an amazing experience. We weren't there for long because we were in a bit of a rush to get to the next place, but you can definitely spend a bit longer there if you want to. So the second place that we went to, I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called, but basically the excursion was horseback riding to go and see animals up close. So the whole concept of that is that when you're on the horses, the animals that you go and see aren't so afraid of horses, so you can get a bit more up close to them. Some of them are still afraid, like the babies and stuff, but they're not as afraid if you were just a human on your own walking up to them. So it's a very, very good experience. I'm really sorry I can't think of the name, but there's loads of horseback riding experiences that you can do within Johannesburg, so there's not just the one that I did. But yeah, we basically saw so many animals. We saw giraffes, so many giraffes, baby giraffes that were like 1 to 2 weeks old. We saw loads of different animals that I recognised from The Lion King. Can't pinpoint exactly the names of them, but we saw loads. We saw water hogs, we saw pumbas there. We saw a zebra, only one zebra. She was quite scared, but we got as close to her as we possibly could, but we didn't want to frighten her too much. And there was like wild donkeys. There was an ostrich called Sarah. My horse actually was called Sarah as well, so that got a bit confusing. But Sarah the ostrich was very friendly, and the guy who took us around on the horses was saying that Sarah's friendly, it's fine, go up to her, give her a stroke on her back, that's what she wants you to do. And I'm like, are you sure she's not going to bite my hand off? Like, when you think of ostrich, you think the most evil animals on the planet, but this one actually was very nice. That doesn't go for all ostrich, so don't be fooled and think that you can just go up to random ostriches and touch them. It's only because the guy knew that this particular ostrich was friendly, which she definitely was. She was a real like funny character, like very playful, and was very friendly with the horses. It was very odd, like she just wanted to be within the horses and around us. It was very strange, but that was a cool experience. We definitely saw loads of other animals, but those are the main ones that I can think of. I'm just so happy that the 3 animals that I really wanted to see, I ticked off my list, which were zebras, giraffes, and of course the elephants. It was so much fun. Like, I am on a high today. I'm really happy that a bucket list item was ticked off, and it's such a good feeling when you tick something off your bucket list. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing something like this when you come to South Africa. Of course, if I had longer, I probably would have done like an overnight stay thing, but I don't have an amazing amount of time to be doing that kind of stuff. I wanted to stick to just one day, so I'm very happy that I did it. And yeah, if you come to South Africa, it is just an absolute must. The only thing I will say is we were on those horses for about 2 hours, and I was really very confident on the horse actually. I really enjoyed it. The only thing is my butt actually kills right now. I'm in so much pain, like my groin area, because obviously you're sat on the you know, I don't know all the technical terms when it comes to horse riding, but we're sat on like this protective thing on the back of the horse, and my horse was very naughty. Sarah was not good. She kept wanting to eat the grass. Every time I went onto like a grassy patch, she wanted to eat, and she would like drag me down. I'm like, Sarah, you little come back here. Even the guy who was taking us around was like, Sarah's just playing up today. I don't know why, but maybe she didn't like me, and because of how she was acting, I didn't get on with her very well. But it's fine. I like Sarah for the fact that she gave me the opportunity to get right up close to some of the animals. But all in all today, I'm in pain. My arms are hurting as well, I think, where Sarah was dragging me down. But I'm not going to complain because it was all worth the pain. I just went to the shop around the corner quickly. You would have seen like 2 clips I think I managed to get. I was a bit cautious because some people say South Africa's not too bad in terms of safety, but others say you really need to be careful. So in my eyes, I was like, I literally just want to get there, get the stuff I need and get back, which is what I did. But got a few clips along the way in the supermarket itself. So I got myself some snacks to take home on the flight because I'm not overly hungry right now, but I wanted to have something to eat before I started work, because normally it's quite a long period between when I start getting ready to when I can actually next eat, because it's a busy period. So I got myself some strawberries, which look really good. I've also got some leftover crisps, which I bought from Aldi the other day. I've also got some sushi, which I think might be my dinner later for the flight, because I'm a bit sick of plain food. Look how juicy and good these strawberries look. They're so tasty. Hello? Thank you.